Hey, welcome back to Expedition STEM. This is Sunday. We're here at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con 2016. I'm here with Linda, and she is with a special program on the East Coast called Escape Velocity. And before we get started, I just want to ask about your T-shirt. I love Star Trek.
Okay.
What's this say right here? Star Trek Continues?
Yeah, crew. Yes. So
what's Star Trek Continues?
Yeah. So Star Trek Continues is a fan film that's on the internet, and we have an 18,000 square foot studio, and we've completely recreated the sets, even down to the engine room. And I got interested in STEAM or STEM because of Star Trek. I grew up with it as a kid. I thought it was absolutely fascinating, and that's kind of how I got involved with Escape Velocity, is through some of my friends that I have in the Star Trek world. They
Awesome.
called and told me about this really cool event on the East Coast, and did I want to get involved? And so I did.
So what is Escape Velocity?
So what Escape Velocity is, and it's our first year, and we're super excited about it. There's going to be a new Museum of Science Fiction in Washington, D.C., and as part of the Museum of Science Fiction, it's really about STEAM education. How do you get kids excited through science fiction to want to get into the STEAM field? So through things like Star Trek and Star Wars and Doctor Who and 2001: A Space Odyssey and comics, how does that spark the imagination and get kids to want to learn? And so out of that, they decided, since the museum won't be open for a few years, is to go ahead and create this event called Escape Velocity, so we can help promote the museum but also start doing outreach with the kids. Awesome. And so we're actually going to, Escape Velocity, part of it is we already have some really cool items that have been given to us or loaned to us that we're going to be having. So we are going to have an exhibit as part of it, so people can look at some really, really cool things at Escape Velocity, things that will be part of the permanent museum once it's built.
Awesome.
And so that's how this all got started, was really because of the museum.
Okay. And speaking of the museum, where is this event going to be, and when is it going to be?
So it's going to be in the Washington, D.C. area, and it's going to be over 4th of July weekend, so it's going to be a great time if you're looking for a wonderful summer vacation. In addition to Escape Velocity, obviously you have the Smithsonian Institute. It's going to be the fireworks. It's the nation's capital. So there's going to be some really cool things going on that weekend, so you can actually plan an entire summer vacation with your kids around it.
Awesome. And speaking of the exhibitions, I saw that you're going to be doing some video game programming.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we've partnered with a local group that's very big in video gaming, and so we're going to have a lot of different activities that the kids can do. We're going to have a couple of different rooms that are just dedicated to video games. We're going to have some video game vendors there.
Okay.
And pretty much everything we're going to do is somehow going to have an educational slant to it.
Awesome. Okay, for the show schedule, so you said it's the 1st through the 3rd.
Correct.
Is that Friday through Sunday?
It's Friday through Sunday,
okay.
correct.
And what's anything happen major on each one of those days?
Yeah, so we're still firming up the schedule, but we're really excited. Things are really starting to come together. So we're going to have programming during the day. Some of the programming will be more adult themed, and then some of the programming is really going to be geared towards kids. So we're going to have some rooms that are going to be pretty much just either hands-on activity or workshop for the kids to get them really excited about different things in STEAM that they can do using comics and using superheroes and using Star Wars and Star Trek to kind of show them how that can translate into STEAM type careers. So we're going to have a lot of those activities every single day. We're going to have a lot of youth activity going on, and then we're going to have programming. Some of it's going to be more geared towards science and science fiction, and some of it's going to be anime or gaming or science fiction. So it's really going to run the gamut. So it's going to have a wide variety where a lot of different people with a lot of different ages and groups and interests would be able to come because there's going to be so much different types of programming. So we're going to have like a jetpack demonstration, and we're going to have a hoverboard. Yes, we're going to have a jetpack demonstration.
Did you say, and I'm sorry, did you say hoverboard?
Hoverboard,
wow.
Jetpacks. We're going to have really cool cars from movies and things like that there. NASA's going to be there. The Navy's going to be there. So a lot of people are going to be talking about a lot of cool technology and and things that they're working on. And we've got a lot of tech companies that are going to be coming out and doing demonstrations, and we're going to have comic books, and we're working very closely with the 501st, so we're going to have the little Star Wars village, and we're going to have like a TARDIS from Doctor Who. So we're really combining science and science fiction with pop culture.
Right.
So how do you take a child's love of Superman and stormtroopers and show them how they can take that and turn it into eventually science, technology, education, arts, and math.
Wow. So you're taking like a Comic-Con and you're turning it into like a STEAM education program.
STEAM education program, yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, because
Yes.
Like you mentioned earlier, Star Trek got you interested in science.
It did.
I grew up with Star Trek. It got me interested in science. I majored in science when I was in college. And yeah, so I think what you're doing is definitely going to have a great impact. And for the kids that don't maybe know exactly what science field they want to get into, I think your escape velocity is going to, hold the. It's going to be the right venue to capture their attention with, all the
Yes.
major programming, and then introduce them into the different science fields. And
Correct.
they can program their own video game. That's awesome.
Right,
while they're
right,
there.
and that's the thing. It's like, kids love video games and they love spaceships, and the reality is to build a spaceship, you have to be an engineer. You need
Right.
science, you need
Right.
math. If you want to play video games, there's a programmer behind that who's creating the code.
Right.
And so really showing the kids the connection between, if you want to do this cool stuff, you can go to the moon someday or go to Mars someday or create video games, and this is how you do it. You have to get educated. Math,
Right.
science, technology, arts, engineering, all these things make these things that you love a reality.
Yeah, and I'm glad NASA's going to be there, because I don't know a single kid that isn't fascinated by space and astronauts and things like
I
that.
can't share all of it yet because we're still having conversations, but they're doing some really cool things at the show
Awesome.
for us that we're really excited about.
Can't wait to see. And just by the way, Expedition STEM will be there, so we'll be doing some coverage while we're there. So if people want to register or get tickets, how do they do that?
Just go to, it's escapevelocity.events. You could just go to our website where tickets are available right now. What's really nice about it is the tickets are very, very affordable. So right now for a weekend pass for adults, it's only $50. If you're a child between 11 and 17, it's only $30. And 10 and under is free. We also have day passes as well. So we made it really, really affordable so that people can come out with their family and spend the entire weekend there, or just the day if they want.
That's so awesome. And what hotel is it going to be at?
It's going to be at the Gaylord Hotel down at the harbor.
Okay. All right. And you mentioned the website was escapevelocity.events.
Events.
Now, escape velocity, some people, that's the name of the event. Some people might not know what escape velocity means in physics. Just to give you a little background, escape velocity is the speed it takes to leave basically a planet like Earth. So, at a certain velocity, it takes the space shuttle to, leave the Earth. So it's centered around science and that sort of thing. So once again, thank you, Linda, for letting us know about escape velocity. July 1st
through the 3rd. Come out and see us. Like I said, we've got a lot of cool things. We're doing a concert, and we're doing a space party, and we've got a banquet. Rod Roddenberry, who's the son of the creator of Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry, is going to be there for the weekend, helping us celebrate the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. So we've got a lot of really cool things going on. A lot of astronauts will be there, authors, scientists. And we're still, like I said, we're 3.5 months out, so we've got some great guests that we're talking to right now and other vendors and companies. So it's really shaping up to be a pretty amazing weekend. And this is going to be a yearly event.
Okay, great. This is the first
This
one.
is the first year, and we really, like I said, we're excited how the community has embraced us, the science and tech and media and pop culture community has embraced us. And we're excited all the partnerships that we have and all the partnerships that we're going to have in the future.
Great. All right, thank you, Linda.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it very much. And we'll link the website down below, so go ahead and register. Tickets may sell out, so get your spot while you can.